Okay, because on emulator, there are no physical cameras attached. Like actual phone has a camera, but emulators do not. I don't know what it will do when you select take picture if you are running this application on emulator in your PC. Okay, so moving on. If user select take picture from camera, this will open up camera and user take a picture. Then when user hit done, this will save image and then call the on activity result method of this activity. Same goes for open gallery part. When user hit done, it will call just a second. This method here, this one here, according to this library, there is a callbacks which handle activity result, and in this activity result there is a response listener for on image picker error and on image picked. This method is called if there's any kind of error when user taking a picture or pick a picture from gallery, then this method will be called, and in this method we show a toast saying error getting image or whatever you like. Now if the user pick image or take a picture successfully, this method will be called, and when it's called, along it these parameters are passed containing the image file. First one image file, second one the source of that image, and third is int type. So then we make our own function convert and convert and save, passing it the image file's path where that image file is on the storage of Android. Now what this method will do, this method will convert that image into base 64 string. Also it converts that image into bitmap, and then we set that bitmap image view or image button we put on the UI of problem. So this method and this method, they both are for picture screenshot and converting it to base 64 string and saving it in this variable encoded image for us to use later. After that, here is a button on click listener for attempt sending problem. This will be called when the user hit send button, and in this method almost it's same as before, that error checking thing and send problem task will be called, passing it user ID, description, whatever user written in that edit text of description, and encoded image string, which is the base 64 string converted of that image, that screenshot. And in that send problem task, we are also doing the same thing as before. On pre-execute, there's a loader, and after the loader, do in background three parameters are passed: screen underscore shot, description, and user ID. We save it in a hash map, and then we pass that hash map to this REST client manager, and then URL we pass it here. We're about to call send problem task web service, which is a post method we define here. Here is the success or response listeners, and in response we just show message of success or show toast of success or failure, and then closed this activity, and that's it with the problem. It's very simple. Understand it? What? Seriously? No, it's just minimized. What? What happened? Oh, alright. I get it. Mm-hmm. So that's the problem activity, which is sending problem to the database and then saving it in the database. Database will return a JSON response or saying whether it has reported a problem successfully or there was a problem while reporting a problem. So problem in problem, whatever the message is returned, it is shown in toast. So that's it with the problem activity. Any questions? Anything? Anything? Yes. Anything? Well, okay. So no question. And any question regarding this problem activity? Anything? No. Seriously? Why that good? I can't be. Okay. So that's good. So what next? Almost in most of the classes or activities or dialogue, same things just happening again and again. Only the parameters and things like that are changed. Values, they are changed. Coordinator, what about it? Coordinator is a package. There are many classes in coordinator. Confirm, okay. Confirm locker. Confirm, here it is. Alright, so this is confirm locker activity. It is also not very tricky, it's simple. Uh, locker. So only two global objects are used here. One is the list view, second is the user ID. So list view is the wait. List view is the list view which will show all the lockers in non-reserved category, and user ID is just user ID. In on create, first of all, same thing we did here. We're using the sorry, user ID. After that, we linked list view to its front end UI element, and after that, we call get non-reserved locker task class, which extends the sync task. In that class, we have called a web service, which will return all the non-reserved lockers array, and from that array, we will initialize the list view of this confirm locker activity. So here we are executing that class and passing it the user ID. One more thing here is that this confirm lockers activity class extends app compact and implements my dialog close listener interface. This is a custom made interface. Interface is made so that when the dialog will pop up of confirming a locker, the coordinator will do whatever he or she wants to do with it. When the coordinator closes that dialog, this activity will listen into that, and this method handle dialog close will be called when that dialog is closed. So when this dialog is closed, we refresh all the items in that list view. So you know that if coordinator confirmed a locker, it will not be in non-reserved anymore. So we need to refresh it. That's why this small thing is implemented here. Moving on to sync task of non-reserved locker task. In this task class, on pre-execute, we just started a loader saying loading, and do in background we have called a web service by the name of get non-reserved. You are saved in constants and then created passing it the user ID parameter only because it requires only one parameter, and then we hit that web service on that URL. That method is get, state that here, and registering a response handler which will on request success. We call this method, and in this method we check if the status returned is success. We have assigned a adapter to that list view here. It means once the web service has returned all the lockers successfully, then it will set the adapter and pass that adapter array of lockers to initialize with, not before. Or in case of failure, it will not assign any adapter. Only in case of success, it's assigning an adapter to the list view. So now this is a custom made adapter. On non-reserved adapter, and this is the response of locker returned from the web service. We passing it to non-reserved adapter. This from here, this web service part is done. After that, this will move on to this class here of adapter, non-reserved adapter, which belongs to list view. And in this adapter, we're pretty much doing this that syntax following thing. Only this get view method matters, and in this method, first we created an object of holder. Inside holder, we have placed all the objects of UI of a single row of that list view, meaning that in that list view, yeah, okay, meaning in that list view, each item is represented with some UI elements. UI elements meaning image view, text view, each and everything. So in a single row, we have one image view and one, two, three, four text views. If you go to folder class here, you can see that it has one image view and four text views. Other option we had here was that if we if we don't create that holder class, we need to create new objects of all those text views and image view here separately. So to save ourselves from that, we created a class folder and put all those things inside that class. After that, here we just assign that item layout file to that list views one item. Then to that single item, we initialize and link all the UI objects. After that, we set text here. In the locker number text view, we set text file dot locker number. Now file is that object is passed to this adapter. I mean that array contains all the locker information. Seriously, that's not a plural word. Information. So in that file we fetched single locker or single non-reserved object and save it in the file. This file object contains all the information of locker number, username, student ID, data booking, blah blah, and everything that is available. So we set here locker number getting from that file object. Then we set username getting from that file object user array, and then from the user object, then from that user object getting the username, then student ID same, then booking date getting from that object, and this is the pop-up menu image view. And the pop-up menu image view is that three dot image that you see on the right side of every row in that list view. This is the initialization of that pop-up menu. We assigned a set on-click listener of type of pop-up menu, which receives a menu file and initializes that menu from how how many of number of, I don't know what's the right word for it, number of options available in that file. It will initialize that menu with those and then assign on item click listener on that menu. Now, if the user click on any option, then it will pass that ID to this switch case, and then we check which option was selected. If it's confirm locker, we open up confirm booking dialog fragment, which is a custom dialog fragment class. So we open up that dialog. Uh, Start pop-up menu layout. Which layout? Yes, exactly. You can see that here. No, no, no. It inserts in the layout file, same as text view or other text view. You can see here. At first, it's linking the image view, and in this part, it's just initializing the on-click listener and behavior of that image view, like what gonna happen when users click on that image view. Yep, in XML. Let me open up control click on that r.id.imageview, and it will point directly to that XML file. Loading. Almost loading. Loading. Alright, it's loaded. This one right here. It's actually an image view. This is the layout of a single row in that list view, meaning all the all the lockers all initiated with the same pattern. So this image view of three dots here, we are linking this object to that image view, and in this one, we are just setting on click listener to that image view. So upon clicking on that image, it will open up a pop-up menu, and when a pop-up menu will open up, it will have this these options available in this r.menu file, and on clicking on any of file we do what we want to do here. Get it? Okay, nice. Great. Okay, so this one is confirm locker. It will open up the confirm dialog box. Later what? In a bit. In the second option, so the second option is delete locker. In delete locker, we are opening an alert dialog box saying, "Are you sure you want to delete this?" And it's not cancelable. If you want to cancel this, you can hit no, but you cannot touch anywhere else back button to cancel this dialog. Now, if user hit yes, we will call the web service or a task class we created of delete booking task, passing it the file ID. Now, file ID is basically that primary key we saved of that booking or reserve or whatever. We will pass that and user ID to this class here, and in this class we call a web service of delete non-reserved, passing it two parameters, user ID and booking ID. And telling that it's a get method. Here is the URL, and these are just the response. Listeners, in case of success, if it says success, it's confirmed. After that, we just hit a kind of refresh to this whole list view. So this line does that, refreshes the whole list view items of that, call it list view. We call it list view. Hmm. Okay, so this much it for the confirm locker activity. Now we will go to confirm booking, confirm booking dialog box. Now in this dialog box, as you can see, we have two options, or sorry, or two, yeah, one, two, three. One edit text of password, one button of send, which we cannot to local. There's a date which will actually displays the date which is selected by the user to in that dialog box. And the two, what was that for? Oh yeah, these are this is the second text view which says select payment date. Basically, we have registered on click listener on both the text views. One displaying the date, one saying select payment dates. So if you click on any of these two text views, it will open up the date picker dialog box. Then there is user ID, keys, booking ID and terms are coming from wherever this dialog box is called in the constructor here and here, and it will set the values to it, variables of year, date and month. Now moving on to on view created, we just initializing all of that. First button exit, which is this one is actually that back arrow button on top left corner of the dialog box, if you remember it. Fetching the user ID from the shared reference here, linking them front end. Now this is third party library I used for the date picker. I find it very fancy, so that's why I used. Now if the user click on any of these two text views, it will open up date picker dialog, initializing it with year, month and day we set by fetching from the phone whatever day is. These options, theme dark true, if you set it false it will be white instead of black. Dismiss on pause, I have no idea what that is right now. Show ear picker first, true, otherwise it will be date month here. Accent color, you're setting here, color dot parse color is a default function. It will parse whatever color code passed to it. It will return the color and then wherever it's needed. Title set, payment date, on date change listener. What? I'm a human being. Understand. Dismiss on pause. It's a default method, I think. I don't know what that is. On pause. What's here to guys? Where are you getting these stickers? You're laughing, eh? Laughing out loud. Okay, moving on. On this second text view, we are also doing the same thing. And then we move on to button send. This will actually call that web service, which will then confirm that booking in the database by calling the web service. And then at the last of this function, we call the set current date on view method we created just to fetch the latest or current date from the phone and saving it in the variable year month day, so that there won't be any empty values when the user open this dialog. Again, on an attempt confirm, pretty much same mechanism and everything here, fetching the values from the text, or sorry, password edit text here, fetching the value from payment date text view to validate, Here we are just initializing the dates, fetching from, because there are two dates, payment date and one ending date. Ending date has to be 1 or 2 year ahead of whatever payment date is. If it's term 1, then it will be month plus 6. Must have changed it. Yep, we changed it. Okay, so now it's, yeah, I was thinking that, but it's not doing that. I don't. So term to term does not mean 1 year, 2 year. It means 1 semester, 2 semester. Okay, so now it's Emon. Then if it's term 1, then whatever is the month of today, you add 6 into the. Whoa, there's a problem here. And secondly, if the user selects two term, no problem. I think there's a problem current if the current month is 6 months, 1 year. Yeah, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if the current month when a user is using this app is anywhere from 7 to 12, from September to December, then plus 6, 12 plus 6 is 16, no, 18, and 18 is no valid month. Is it? Well, for now, it will work great because this is 4 months, fourth month, which is April. April is fourth. So if you add 6 in 4, it says 10, which is October. Yeah, so it won't have any problem for now. Also, why are you saving this year plus one in e month? It should be in the year part. It it will go like this. Uh, because it's just adding one in the month and not in year. So why that weird emoji? You want to do here? Oh, sorry. What you are want to do here is right, but you you didn't dry run it. Whenever you implement or think of a logic, first dry run it in your mind, and then you deal with all the worst cases, like what's gonna happen if user choose this, what's gonna happen if user choose that, what's gonna happen if user choose this, that, and that, and then you make a logic foolproof. So if user says one term, whatever is the month, it will add 6 into that. It's two term, then the new year will be adding 1 year. Hmm. Here we need to check. Check it that if month 1, then it's okay. No problem with that. Just assign this and just add 6 into whichever month it is and go. But if current month is not 6, it's 7 or whatever, then in that case you add uh, what what could be the logic here? Can you guess, or can you come up with anything unique? All I can come up with is we make a loop here which will run for 6 times, adding 1 into previous e month and checking if e month is 12, then extend the year and the months to back. back to 1. So do you come up with any other logic? You guys there? Hello, anybody there? Mic check, mic check, people check. Okay, no, you just want to clear it and never do programming again. Okay, so we have to add 1. So it doesn't matter if it's stop with 0 or 1, as long as I 6. This will run it 6 times. Adding 1 and then check that if month is equal to now, if it's 12 then it doesn't matter. If it's 13 then change it to 1, because it might be possible that next time. Yep, if it's 13, the 13 is not a valid month, then change 3 months to 1 and put me even to year to cosmos. Okay, so let's try run. Suppose user entered 5 11 2016. What happened? Team your session timed out. You guys there? Okay. Um, what happened? 6880. I remember What happened? Why did it got disconnected? Are you angry at me or something? For hello? Yep. What's what's the sword means? Are these for me? You gonna kill me or something? Clap. I don't think so. It's cool. Oh come on, it's fine. Okay, so where were we? Yep, dry run. So let sorry. Well, Nintendo, Windows 10 or 8.1. I mean, you're running Windows 7. Literally Windows 7. So how do you expect all up to date performance while you can't update it upward? And is much lighter and faster than 7. So moving on, let's suppose we have chosen 2016. If user said term 1, 11 is greater than 7. So if won't run, it will go to else. This loop will run for 6 times. 11 first, it will 11, which is 12. The next 12, one which is 13. It will set in 1 in 3 months, sorry, and plus. So from 2016 it will go to 2017. Then it will add 1, 2, 3, 4, and then okay. I think it will work. Just changing these lines here. Where it is? Here it is. It's Unity up. I need to. Chalo. Pull Alt L. Okay. Am I missing something? Oh, here I think it should be year plus plus. We need to add one into something. Alright, so I think it will work. Now if user says one term, then we'll add 6 months in today's date. It's pay date. If The user says two term, it will just add 1 year and then send that date into end date string, and then I don't know how it worked correctly. Maybe it worked correctly because this month is ending, it will not work correctly, but this is not right because if you okay, I'm gonna write the problem. Follow me here. What's today's date is 29 day 4 month. Yeah, okay. And 201. Now what you were doing, you were adding 6 here to month, right? Which will make it 10. But it will work great now. But suppose today's month is not 4, it's 8. Suppose it's August. Add 6 into that. This is 14 month. 14 is not a valid month, as you know. There are only 12 months in a year. It will work. It will work good till 6th, as in till June. It would have worked great, but after June, this will start to give 15, 16, 17, 18 months, and they are not valid months. After that, if it's 8 month, it should be 8 plus 6, 8 and 4, 12 and 2. It should be February, and year should be 17. Now if you add 6 months into the that date, it will give you this date, 29 August 2017. Get it? So that's what I was saying. It will work great if you just want to test it till Sunday. But what if your doctor Dre added the current date to, let's say, future months, payment date, sorry, to future months in August, September, or anything like that, then you surely would have been in deep problem. And problem is a light word. Let's just say dodge the bullet. Okay, moving on. All these parts are just same as before. Checking whether user has entered a valid value, it's not empty or something. And when it's not, everything is according to plan. We call confirm booking web service, passing it user ID, booking ID, pay date, end date, and password of that locker. And here we set all these parameters into that hash map, and then passing it to this web service, and then this web service will call that URL of reserve here, setting its post method type, and then it will call the web service and do all that part. What happened? Oh, one more thing. These function, these two function on dismiss and lapis. No, 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 I think this time I have hit that this button. Lappy, how can Lappy be tired? It can heat up. Exactly. Everybody loves the machine. No, even if it has worked 48 hours, it still wouldn't be. Lappies are just not machines. Don't take them as machines. They are part of yourself. They are your family. Familia. Okay, this method here on date set. This is the override method of that date picker dialog box. I mean, if the user selects a date and then hit OK, this method will be called, passing it the year selected, month of year, and day of month. And then we save it to these variables here and setting it to the text view, and that's it. This is the confirm booking locker dialog and locker activity, both parts. So this whole process is confirming a single locker. Any questions? Come on, guys, you must have something for me. Seriously? Okay, that's cool then. So, what's next? Awesomeness? Those are not files, those are actually. Okay, look here. How many. Uh, sorry, cancel. Three in this folder, three in this, four in this, then in this. It's, I think, total. If I don't make all these packages folder, then I think I would have gone mad finding a single class. I just categorized everything so that later when I need to find some specific class or which do something, I need to change it or anything, I would know instantly which is where. So I name all these packages to app data. It means that all the data classes to maintain data inside the app, I will create them here. Constants which used throughout the apps is in this class. Global share preferences for here. Session manager data classes. Common fragments are those fragments which are common in both user and coordinator. These fragments are those one which are also in coordinator flow and user flow. Like first one, home, where you're just showing a text view. Welcome to Locker app. So don't need to create that for both coordinator and user. Just created one and use that one in both cases. Fragment in both scenarios. I put them here. All the coordinator activities and fragments, I put them here related to coordinator. All the extras which are gadgets and implement interfaces or classes like that, which are extras, I created them here. Then all the models are those, model view controller structure, right? Those kind of things. All those models here. These are not Androids. Not Android Extra. Nope. Android extras are here in the RES folder. They're not extras, they're actually going to them. I just put their name to extra. You can put anything. It's on your understanding. By extra, what I meant was that these classes are independent of any other classes. They do not have any type or something. Any class can use these classes. Yo. And then these models, not the fashion models, the other models, like the structure. Then there are these network models. Mm, database models. We haven't used any database here inside application. We didn't use any local DB. Same table. No, I don't think so. I think you're taking it differently. Try to like this. Models are those classes which represent a set of multiple data. Like in a single object, if you want to store int one some other type, one some other, then what you do, you create a model class and then take declare all those values or variables in that class. After that, you create one object of that class, and in that one object you will have all here. Hmm. So these are models, model locker model. These most of them are what is script? Uh, what script? Which? There is no script. Mm, no, I don't understand. General means but script has to be some language specific. But JavaScript, are you talking about that jQuery script, PHP script, a story script, movie script? Oh, file database in PHP. No, this is the PHP used in web services are not like you used in websites. You don't need to use any external script or any write a web service. In web service, it's simple direct DB and you. That's it. No script needed, no UI or anything. You have direct connection to DB, retrieve data and send it to wherever you want. In this case, we send it to response, which then convert it to JSON and some. Does that mean so in Arabic? Hmm. Thinking, thinking. What? You guys are tired? Feeling sleepy? It's 4:20 here, and I have to go to office tomorrow. Oh, sure, I can stop, no problem. But tomorrow I won't be available. Then on Saturday I'll be home. Saturday night because I had a meeting on Saturday too. When is the presentation for this project? Sunday. So if Sunday, then tomorrow I can't because tomorrow I have to do something with my project. I have a meeting on Saturday, so if you if you want to, you know, ask anything or want to continue on that, then you're gonna have to do it on Saturday. Is it okay with you then? Saturday night. On Saturday, probably same time, or maybe 8, maybe. But okay, sure, if you guys need to. But I will be available on WhatsApp all the time. I mean, you can message me anytime. I'll reply whenever I read. All right. Seriously, I'm a student myself. And no, thank you, thank you. Okay, so thank you and Allah Hafiz. Until next time. It's not all to. It's it's with you. This बहुत शुक्रिया. But how the hell did you type that? And it's not Shugriya, it's with K. No, it's like K, like Shukriya. You can say Shukran. I understand. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you guys understand. And I wish you guys best of luck for your meeting and for your hard work. Goodbye and good night now. Anything else you want to ask or anything? Quick question. Okay, Allah Hafiz then. See you next time.
حصلت شو؟